As a sign of pointing toward unruly or ungovernable subjects, I read genderqueer or gender nonconforming as a gender refusal praxis because historically, countless trans and queer people have been marked for harm by association with counternormativity and deviancy, and they in turn mark themselves thus to signal the intentional reclaiming of their marginal, nonconforming subjectivities and life worlds. This approach recognizes the radical potentials of a politics where the non-normative and marginal position can be a basis for doing liberatory politics. As this work goes to press, the ongoing nightmare in Gaza intensifies, and censorious winds boomerang and ricochet, ensnaring anti-authoritarian thought and war criticism in their gust, along with Palestinian lives that seem to matter so little, or not at all, to those who wield the mechanics of war and statecraft. I'm reminded of Arundhati Roy's speech about confronting empire, delivered at the 2003 World Social Forum, WSF, in Porto Alegre, Brazil. 2 decades ago, in the months before the invasion and occupation of Iraq, more than 300,000 people participated in the forum's opening march. Like the tens of millions across the globe, they were marching to preemptively protest what would be a preemptive war. While they did not succeed in stopping that war, this was an unprecedented show of people power against a war policy. Tens of thousands of forum attendees also went to the closing ceremony featuring Roy, along with scholar-activist Noam Chomsky. Roy reminded the participants that confronting empire, including its war power, demands resourcing tools available to the many and not just the few. Our strategies should not only be to confront empire, but to lay siege to it, to deprive it of oxygen, to shame it, to mock it, with our art, our music, our literature, our stubbornness, our joy, our brilliance, our sheer relentless, and our ability to tell our own stories. Stories that are different from the ones we're being brainwashed to believe. Become Ungovernable is a gathering of tools that includes the many scholarly works and movement endeavors that the Imperial Archive has long sought to evict. While many of the episodes of rule refusals showcased here are not new, they are different and differently peopled. These are stories about governing and the many attempts at ungoverning. They are also about the many, shaming democracy of the few, while forging democratic livability for the many, and about the quest to render justice as something more than whatever the powerful say it is. In confronting tyranny, therefore, it is also wise to remember that we be many and they be few. They need us more than we need them.